Welcome to Could It Exist in Real Life, where the split between light and shadow are more connected than you think. First, let me go on record and say the following. Yes, I know what Twilight is. Yes, I'm well aware that Link turns into a werewolf. However, this game has nothing to do with that series, and I want to keep it that way. The word Twilight means a split between dusk and dawn, light and shadow, good or evil. When I think of that word, I do not think of sparkling vampires or shirtless werewolves. While I may defictionalize mediums I don't like in the near future, I will not for the life of me defictionalize that. That being said, this is Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, one of the darkest games in the series, rivaling that of Majora's Mask. How dark do you say? Well, if you look at the cover, you'll notice something very different compared to the other covers I've shown you. More specifically in the ESRB rating. It is rated T for teen. The first and only Zelda game to be rated that. May Din, Nehru, and Pharaoh help us all if they manage to make one rated M. The story begins in Ordon Village, where Link, now a rancher, is tasked to deliver a sword and shield to Hyrule Castle. However, before such a thing happens, Bubblins attack the village, kidnap the local kids, and open a rift between the world of light and the world of Twilight, knocking Link out in the process. Link finds himself sucked into the world of Twilight, where he is forcibly transformed into a werewolf and imprisoned. There he meets Midna, a magical imp and resident of the Twilight Realm. I said realm, not zone. There she releases him and uses him as a horse to guide him to Princess Zelda. It is there he learns that an outcast of the Twilight, Zant, has received powers and decided to merge the worlds together. Link is now the chosen one because he has the physical characteristics of the legendary blue-eyed beast. He is told that he must gather 3 pieces of the fused shadow, a powerful mass that enhances Midna's powers. While initially cold to Link at first, Midna warms up to him, and they form a partnership based on mutual help to stop Zant. But it seems that Zant is not alone in his conquest. Now for the fun part. Could it exist in real life? Because this is a long time waiting, I'm going to start with the Zora armor. As you recall in my Ocarina of Time article, I told you that it was possible for a suit that helps you breathe underwater. The reason why I said I would explain it in this review was because it was now easy to explain now. Whenever Link was underwater, a sort of ninja-like mask would cover his face. This works on 2 reasons. 1, it keeps any water from entering his mouth, preventing him from drowning. And 2, it provides a small air pocket. When a piece of clothing surrounds the air before submerged in water, it creates a bubble of air for the person to breathe in. This wasn't shown in Ocarina because they thought it's magic, we didn't have to explain it. Now that I've gotten that out of the way, here are the items. The first one is the Hawkeye, which is used in combination with the bow and arrow to destroy enemies from a distance. Could it exist? Yes. For you see, the Hawkeye is nothing more than a sniper scope. However, it's impossible to fit it on a bow and arrow. Though now that I look at it, it looks like goggles. So I'm guessing they are a base for the night vision goggles, just replace the goggles with binoculars. Myself, I didn't need to use the Hawkeye. I was able to take the Bubblins out with my real eyes. Ha! The next one is the Ancient Sky Book. This book was full of many useful spells to help Link reach the Sky Castle. Could it exist? Yes, and I'm not just talking about it in a mystical way either. There are dozens of spell books all over the world. The most commonly known are the Book of Shadows and the Key of Solomon. They won't send you to Sky Castles, but they do have a lot of great magical history behind them. Last but not least is the Master Sword. Okay, I'm kind of breaking my own rule here because I mentioned it before, but this one is a lot different. Mainly because this incarnation has new abilities, such as absorbing soul, the Twilight Realm's equivalent to the sun, and also curing evil, as in any latent evil in a person's heart is purified. In Link's case, his wolf form is cured. Could this exist? Aside from what I mentioned in past, yes. There have been many rituals involving the sun, shining on an object of empowering. A popular modern day one is being solarized water, in which a jug of water is wrapped in the color of a chakra, energy points in the human body, while placed out in the sun. Drinking that water is said to empower the chakra in which you intended. If that could happen with water, what's to say you can't solarize ancient weaponry like swords? Since Sol is the sun in the Twilight Realm, maybe the sun could power it in the real world. Since this too is also a short post, I'll do one more thing. Could the Twilight Realm exist? Yes and no. According to mythical legend, there exists a land of darkness, said to exist in Abkhazia. I say yes and no because it's a myth and can go either way. And if true, odds are it's not going to be like the game. Hell, it might even be worse. As usual, debate, argue, and let me know what I missed. Stay tuned for more.